Alright, since I did not do the recap of a trade I made on the 25th, I'm gonna do it now and then quickly go on to today's 28th trading day. We are deep in New York now, so gotta hurry up, right? This week has been busy, but anyways, no excuses. This trade on the 25th was a terrible mistake by me. I'm gonna explain why. So basically, I was looking at this 1 hour fair gap. Obviously, London had this bullish SMT divergence on the 1 hour and on the 4 hour with the euro. And despite the fact of this inverse here, we pushed higher above that and reached this 1 hour fair gap. And then what happened is, during this move, we formed a 1 hour, but before that we formed a 1 hour with a 15 minute. And so I saw some kind of weakness at the end of London, and I thought that we're likely gonna come back into these fair gaps. Now, that was a good call in and of itself. We came back into this 1 hour fair gap here, but not the first one. And I thought that, okay, we swept London highs. We formed an SM, not this one yet. We formed a small 5-minute SMT. You can also saw it here on the 15-minute. And look at the strong candle. Very good. Strong 5-minute candle, 15-minute candle with a 5-minute fair gap forming inside it. And I saw that, and I saw the tap into it, and I'm like, this looks perfect. We came out of the order block, broke structure on the 5-minute with this candle here closing below these lows, forming a 5-minute bearish. We haven't yet reached this 1 hour. We tapped into it, and I was like, should I enter now? Stop loss above this high here. Should have been a very nice trade. And TP would have been this breaker block first of all, and then maybe this fair value gap down here that just barely reached. This one, there's another fair value gap here, there's this low here. Could have set my stop losses there, I mean my take profits there with the stop loss up there. Could have been a very, very nice trade. Just imagine I entered off of this, stop loss would have been above this 5-minute high, and then take profits down until there. So 1 to 2.75, right? But I was in a hurry. I was with my flatmates, basically buying furnitures in secondhand stores and IKEA and like some Swedish stores here. And I saw that, but we were in a hurry. Like, I simply didn't want to like hurry a trade, and it was a big mistake for me to decide even that day when I wasn't even at home. I wasn't in front of my computer. I couldn't do like a very good analysis. All I did was looking at my phone and marked out these levels. Basically, I did the same thing as I would do right now here in front of a computer, but we were in a hurry. Like, my mind wasn't 100% focused on a trade. And then I did not take this trade, and it ended up going well actually. But then I saw, okay, we formed this move down there. Maybe I can wait for an equilibrium retrace into this order block and then take a short, because I thought after we tapped into this 1 hour fair gap, we're gonna go back and reach into this first 1 hour fair gap, first bullish fair gap that we formed, which also has this 15-minute. And that's where I've set my first TP actually, because I was quite confident in this trade. I saw this small 5-minute order block here, and I thought once we tap into this 1 hour, we're just gonna tap into here and then move lower, respecting these lower highs here, right? So I entered here. There was also this 5-minute bearish fair gap here, the second one after this one. So I thought this should be good, right? So I entered, instantly just price went to my stop loss. Very bad mistake by me for even trading that day. So that's what ended up happening. And once we swept London highs here, prior New York Open London highs, we from this high here, faked out, moving out of London high area, but then came back, broke structure, and then price actually ended up coming back into this 15-minute and 1 hour fair gap down here later that day. Actually, it's the next day, start of the beginning of next day, so it's like Asian session. But after the sweep, price actually did end up going that way, and since then it just went lower and lower and lower. So that's what happened on this trade. I simply didn't have time to record. I wasn't even at home, and now I finally finished organizing my room and everything. So now everything is set and clear. So what's going on today here is currently a very, very good price action. What I saw is there was this SMT, first of all, a very clear SMT, a bearish SMT here on GU and Euro. I already marked it out. So prior London, we had this high here, and we are currently forming this SMT here on the hourly, which is very cool. There's also, it could be, I'm gonna clear the chart first of all, because, nice. That's important, right? So this is a previous day high here, and then this is our previous day low here, right? No, this is not. This is here, right? Somewhere here. The previous day low. If I would go to the daily, that would be much easier to mark out. Just like that. Nice. Overall trend on the daily, still just chopping around. Like, we have these beautiful fair gaps down here, but price is still trying to push higher, but just leaving wicks and small. Look at these small bodies here. No fair gaps, nothing. Engulfing candle here. Like, come on. On the daily, I think by looking at the daily, I think we wanna come back to the previous day highs. But so far, like, I can't really tell anything about that. Like, we could have just swept yesterday these highs here and tapped into like a 4 hour maybe up here. If there was anything, yeah, there was a 4 hour, and we tapped into it. And now look, we want to go lower, but now, since look at this 4 hour now, so we formed this doji here, no 4 hour fair gaps here, there's only one down there, and we just want to push higher maybe. I don't know, but this, we already tapped into this 4 hour, so why would we come back up here, right? So ideally we respect this high, we confirm this SMT and move lower, target this low, this 4 hour fair gap, previous day low, because I think we want to move lower. I really do want to believe that we want to move lower, but you can also see the sweep here, long wicks down to the downside, small bodies, and then very strong push during Asian session and the day before yesterday. We started pushing up, but only to come into this 4 hour, right? We already came into here, so we already tapped into it perfectly, left a long wick, small body. So there should have been like a very strong retrace, but no, look at these small bodies. It's just sideways movement. And now London Open, New York Open, and now we have a relatively strong body. That might want to tell us that we want to move higher, but let's confirm this on a lower time frame. So we still have this 1 hour SMT here, valid, right? And then until this high doesn't take out this high, then this SMT is still valid. We have a very small 1 hour bullish fair gap here. Size doesn't matter, so it's actually an inverse fair gap here. Long wick retrace, strong, what is it called? Strong distribution, I guess that's the word for it. But we still have this long wick here, indicating that we don't want to take out this high here. We don't. But still, look at this 1 hour candle. Since New York Open, we wanted to sweep this high. Let's see. So we have this SMT here, right? The 15-minute, we have this 15-minute fair gap down here, nothing else. So we have this down here. On GU, I'm gonna mark out this as the 1 hour because I forgot. On Euro, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm first gonna mark out the previous day high and low. We might want to see previous day high here on Euro. That would be nice. Previous day low. Because if you sweep this high, that's also another SMT, right? Because we're way too far away from this previous day high on GU, and if you sweep this high, that's a 4 SMT with this 1 hour SMT. So that's a strong sell sign in my eyes, at least. I don't know about you guys, but I would ideally want to look for short. And on Euro, we have a slightly bigger 1 hour fair value gap. By slightly, I mean much bigger. And we're currently just in the beginning of this 1 hour, so I don't want to mark out this as a fair value gap. On the 30 minute, you can see I'm gonna mark out prior New York Open London lows, which are down there. So these are prior New York Open London lows, and these are the London highs here. And we're way too far away from that. We're way too far away from that. So we have also this 30 minute, but I don't like to mark out 30 minutes fair gaps, and on the 50 minute we don't have that. So we have one up here and another one down there inside this 1 hour fair gap. So I'm gonna mark out that one. I'm also gonna mark out this one, why not? So we have two 15 minute down there. We have a very small one here that we're forming, maybe in the next 8 minutes, but not so relevant. We have on the 5 minute one down here, and we have one down there, but since we have already plenty of fair gaps down here, I'm not gonna mark out. And yes, okay, so we have this SMT here, and if it actually wants to sweep this day high, hopefully GU doesn't push so high to take out this high, because then this SMT wouldn't be valid. Look at this movement here on the 5 minute on GU. That's not something nice to see. Euro is forming higher highs, higher lows, while JU is just sweeping at lows and highs, going sideways. Not doing much as of now. The 30 minute, I also want to mark out these lows and highs, these London lows and highs on GU. We have this London high here, 1738. You see, we swept, and now looks like we're gonna come back into this 1 hour, which would be nice, which should align with the short SMT idea. And if Euro would sweep this previous day high, that would be even better, because taking a short off of Euro would be much, I mean, look at this. It would be much better, I think, than taking a short here. Like, look at this price range, like this is nothing. To this 50 minutes fair gap we need 0.13%, while on Euro we would need like 0.32, almost double. So a sweep would be very nice. Sweep, reconstruction, the 5 minute retrace, or retrace an order block, or forming an inverse 5 minute, or you know, something. And we are just about to do that, so it looks very nice. Looks like it's gonna be a good short entry. There are no news, no relevant, no high impact news today. So if I go to Friday, then as you can see we have nothing. At 3 p.m. we had I have no consumer sentiment, not really relevant. I'm about to show Solana also. So yes, that's how we are doing right now here. It looks alright. It looks alright. Nothing too shabby. I mean, look, we need a retrace. It's been a very bullish movement here since the beginning of since the end of London. I mean, not the end of London, but before, I mean, prior New York Open, London already started this move. New York is about to finish it, hopefully. So looks good. I like to trade not the weaker pair, but the pair that the SMT has made a bigger gap between the target areas. So some of the TPs would be this 5 minute and then this London high area. So these could play out very nicely. TP1 here and then TP2 down here and this London high, and then TP3 could be this 1 hour fair gap and the 50-minute fair value gap, and TP4 could be TP4 could be this order block, I guess. Yeah, that looks good. That looks alright. I think we barely but swept it. Just barely but swept previous day highs. And price already shows that by forming less and less stronger 1 minute bullish candles, and we are hardly forming higher highs here. GU we're just moving sideways, so let's wait for a break of structure and a confirmation that we don't want to move higher. So ideally this could be confirmed as a liquidity sweep on euro. And now I can also mark out this SMT here, this bearish SMT here, a very strong SMT. If I would for some reason take the short on GU, then my first TPs would be honestly my first TP would be this 1 hour fair gap, because I have nothing else to target here. Maybe this bearish candle, but no, this 1 hour fair gap would be nice, and then I could target the same thing as on euro, this order block here that we sweat. Oh, that's a beautiful setup. Look at this. Liquidity sweep, break of structure, fair gap, 5 minute fair gap, tap into fair gap entry. Would have been nice, but it was prior New York, so but look at this perfect setup. Also here the New York opened, came back into the second 5 minute fair gap candle, and wow, pushed higher. Could have been a nice trade, but could have been is not something we did, you know. Could have been is just an idea, it's just an imagination, it's not a real thing, it did not happen. So long wicks now, looks good on GU. On euro, hopefully we break structure. Damn, every time I sit down here I just start moaning. So the next 5 minute candle, if it closes below this low, that's very nice. That's very nice. Maybe even a 1 minute fair gap to the downside would be nice. Something like this. And a retrace and a move lower. We have a tiny one now, but I'm still not I still don't know if the sweep is confirmed or not. Ideally it does a deeper dig above this previous day high. Just a slightly bigger wick to confirm. However, this 50-minute candle looks like it doesn't want to close above this high here, so We might only want to move lower. We will see, we will see. Let's quickly check on Solana what's going on here. On the 4 hour, yeah, I made some trades. I might want to talk about them. On the 4 hour, we have this 4 hour gap here, and currently we still have 1 hour and 44 minutes off of this candle, but we are likely going to move lower already. Take out these lows down there. I'm gonna switch to trading view. So we might want to take out these lows down there and these lows later today. Maybe not today, but in the upcoming days. We already had a big move today or the day before during Asian session. Yeah, during Asia. So yeah, we're just moving down, 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 down. What happened is New York opened. Where the hell is this one? So New York opened up here. New York opened up there, and what we saw is we came into this. There might have been a 5-minute fair gap, yes, but we already tapped into it here. But the New York opened, swept these highs, and then respected this high here. Tried to sweep this low and move higher, but did not. This 5-minute fair gap held it, and now we broke through this 5-minute fair gap here, which we tapped into it and moved lower. I think there should be a bigger retrace soon into this area, ideally, because there's this 15-minute fair gap up here in alignment to these lows, and maybe, you know, let's leave a wick into this bullish candle and then move lower. The idea behind this retrace is that this 15-minute candle did not close below this 15-minute candle which formed this 15-minute fair gap. So the middleman. So, and look at this small body. So I think we want to retrace into that area, sweep that high, maybe come a bit higher, but respect this high up here and then move lower, or completely inverse it and sweep out these highs, take out these highs, and come back into this bigger 1 hour and 4 hour fair gaps. So we have 1 hour fair gap here, which we tapped into, respected, but still there's a big part of it that's unmitigated, and it's also, I believe, in the equilibrium level. Yeah, so we could technically come back up here and then move lower. So I gotta keep an eye on that if I would want to take a short to confirm that we don't want to move up on the long run, and on the short run we can on the short run we can still target this low down here. That would be nice. That would be very nice. So confirmation would be ideal. Holy. We have a 4 hour up here. We have another 4 hour up here. Yeah, and we have this 1 hour right. We have this breaker here with the 1 hour, with the 4 hour. So that's cool. Also, if I would wanna keep this equilibrium, it would be down there. We could do a retrace. This it's in the game, right? It could happen. Could happen. Look at this. Liquidity, break of structure, retrace into fair gap, move lower. Beautiful. Beautiful. That happened midnight. We have a 1 hour also here. Then we have this one that I marked out. Oh, we already tapped into it, so it's already mitigated once. And on the 15-minute, we have this one up here. Okay. It's slightly in alignment to these lows. On the 5 minute we... Oh wow. On the 5 minute we already mitigated this 5 minute, but push price lower, but I think we're gonna come back up now. Sooner or later. If we would inverse it, that would be even better, to be honest. If we can inverse and confirm for this stronger up move, retracing this bearish trend, retracing to this 1 hour and 4 hour gap. Because if you inverse this, I would much rather take a long than an unsure short that's aligning with the trend. So yeah, that would be nice. And if you would want to take a short on GU and Euro, that would mean we would ideally want to take a long on Solana, because what I noticed is most of the times Solana does the opposite as GU and Euro, which is interesting. So at least on the shorter time frame. As you can see, this SMT is still valid, not much though. So this Euro ideally should really fast decide to just close this candle below this high here on the 50 minute at least. It would be nice, but a 1 hour sweep could also be good. We just have to wait for it 40 minutes. That's the issue. That is the issue. So if the 50 minutes will close below this previous day high, that would be already nice. That would be already very nice, but we're just forming 5 minute bullish fair gaps and breaking higher and higher, so that's getting lower and lower probability, and we might not gonna be able to trade today or only later today. TPs would be still good. So what I want to look for is a breakout structure, stop loss above the high, came below this here, and then TP1 around 1 to 1, TP2 around 1 to 2, TP3 hour. Oh, it's perfectly aligning. Perfectly aligning. And then TP4 around 1 to 4. So that would be very nice, honestly. That's a sign, right? That's a sign here. We might have just completed this. I mean, look at this, it's perfect. 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3. We also swept these highs here, and we have not yet swept London highs, so the SMT is still valid. Just like that. Look at this. Is it the top? Is it actually the top? Could I just snipe it right now? Stop loss above the high right now. Like this. Bam. 1 to 11. No. I'm gonna wait for a break of structure. Trade with the plan. Confirm the sweep here. Until we don't come back into this previous day high area, I'm not gonna look for shorts because it's not confirmed at all. Let's see what Solana is doing. It came. It's trying to come back into this 50-minute bearish, but it's resisting. It's resisting. Look at this 5-minute candle. It's resisting. I guess this last 1 minute is what pushed that price lower. Yes. I hope this 1 hour candle will close below previous day highs, indicating we just wanted to sweep it. We already swept these highs also. I mean, come on. We already swept this one here. Like, how long do we want to come up? Maybe this 1 hour gap here could be the last target. Maybe this. or I don't think we're gonna come up to these highs. That would be very strange. We have no news, literally nothing. So yeah, ideally this sweep was enough. If not, probably this 1 hour fair gap is the last take profit target for those who longed, I guess. But this sweep should be very enough. Let's see this GU, it's still valid, right? Yeah, this SMT is still valid. Huge SMT on the daily, huge SMT here. Nice. We also swept these highs here, this Tuesday high. What time did this happen? 4:30. I did not trade yesterday because of this news. I did not really see anything. There were news here, 2:30. Fucked up the market. There was nothing here, so I just left it as it was. We're coming back to previous day high area. You already tapped into this 1 hour fair gap. And if you would close this, I mean, bruh, what am I even saying? This 5-minute fair gaps here. Looks like we respect it, but look at this 5-minute candle that we're currently forming. Looks promising. Very promising for short. So ideally, off of this order block, we see some kind of retrace. We probably are forming multiple 1-minute fair gaps. Yeah. Now we are about to tap. Maybe we already did previous day high. And then come back into this 1-minute breaker here. Now, I don't like to mark out these breakers on the 1 minute, breakout structure in 1 minute, because it's still like, they happen all the time, right? We have one here. We formed multiple 1 minute fair gaps, and then we respected it, but made it lower. So on the 1 minute, it's not high probability, any of this shit. But in this scenario, since we have the SMT and previous day high area we're currently in, I think the sweep is gonna be a high probability short entry. If I would check the 1 minute also with it in alignment to it, the 5-minute candle closes below this low here. That would be nice. That would definitely be nice to see. Could it be called as a break of structure if we close this candle below that low? I mean, in my dictionary, a high is a black and an orange candle's high, and a low is a black and an orange candle's low. Now, since this candle is low and this candle is a high, is orange, if we close this bearish 5-minute candle now below this low, that's a break of structure. And we did. We got the break of structure of the 5-minute. Okay, but here's the big but. We have this 5-minute bullish fair gap here that we already tapped, right? We already mitigated it before, but still could not close below it. I would ideally wait for a close below this fair gap, because we already tapped into this breaker, we tapped into this 5-minute once, now we closed in the 5-minute, and now if I see that we don't form another high here, and on the 1 minute we're getting weak, and this 5-minute candle gonna close like with a small body, or even better close below this low, then I can enter like this, stop us off that high, confirming we formed the final high, and then move lower, targeting this TP1, this 5-minute fair gap, then targeting TP2 and TP3 and TP4 down there. That would be a very nice trade. We just need some confirmation, and while doing this down move in the 5-minute, we made sure that this 15-minute candle will cover this whole gap here that we would have formed. We would have formed a fair gap here on the 15-minute. So by doing that on the 5-minute, by doing this retrace, we made sure that we have no 15-minute bullish fair gap, and ideally increasing the chance of taking more shorts, giving more confidence in people to take short. Now, I don't really know the statistics, but I think just a very small portion of the people trade SMT and ICT and these concepts. So only a very small percentage of people mark out these fair rate gaps, this break-off structure, and most of them are trading those averages, those lines, you know, and different stuff like volume, and that I don't really care about, and economic shit. Like I really don't know. I need to look into that because that would be interesting to know what percent of the trades are based on what kind of indicators or anything. And it would be also nice to see this statistics next to how big amount of money is traded by which trading idea. So which indicator or which you know, what they're using, those institutions, those banks, those people that take the trade or algorithms based on what. And seeing that how much money, the amount of money they trade with, like how much it, obviously the more money it's traded, the more it affects the price, right? So seeing what kind of indicator or what kind of confluence is that is in the power, that's the big dog that actually moves the price. Because trading SMT is not what they trade. Probably they don't base their decisions on SMT probably, and it would be nice to see that how is the big, like the large money, the big money is moved by based on what do they see. This SMT is just like an how you say, like a shadow of what's actually happening, what's actually moving the thing. This is basically we are trading the, I'm trading the cause, no sorry, the effect of the cause that these institutions are trading by. So I'm seeing the effect. The effect is these fair rate gaps and these SMT and stuff like that. But I don't see the cause. And those traders are one step ahead. Those institutions, algorithms, banks are always one step ahead. And SMT is just trading the effect of that cause, you know? In my eyes, at least. I could be wrong. I could be wrong easily. But I'm pretty sure that those institutions, banks, and the big money is not traded by fair rate gaps and liquidity sweeps and stuff like that. I'm pretty confident in that. It would be nice to see this graph or statistics. So GA is moving lower, but Euro is not. But as you can see, it came back into this inverse here on the 1 minute, and hopefully we're not gonna take out this high, and even if we do, hopefully we're just gonna instantly distribute to the downside. Maybe we are coming to this 1 hour that I marked out as like the last TP for this sweep, for this move of the day. That could be also the case. But we only have 11 minutes, so in 11 minutes ideally we spike up here and instantly move down, but that's quite unlikely, right? So I don't think we're gonna come back up here. If we do, then we're not gonna retrace as of now. I'll have to wait for that. So ideally we close the candle below this liquidity sweep of this Tuesday high, but we don't have a 15-minute fair rate gap, which is cool. We tapped into this 1 minute here. We respected this 1 minute so far, but I think we're gonna disrespect it. And if we do, that would be nice. A 1 minute breaker structure, and then moving lower would be nice. We already broke structure on the 5 minute here, but we did the retrace. Should have entered up there, honestly. But hey, doesn't really matter. We are forming many 1 minute fair gaps here. We have not yet mitigated this one. We already did for this inverse, push price lower, very nice confluence. We are now pushing lower from the lower low now. We're at the entry price, the ideal entry price, but I think I would want to wait for this 1 hour candle to close. But I think it's gonna just hover around below previous day low, so small retrace already, like just a very small retrace into this order block would be a nice entry. Stop loss above the highs that we saw, so I'm gonna grab my MetaTrader 5 here. I'm gonna place this sell limit right there. Alright, we are in. We are in the trade. And we only have 3 minutes left off of this 1 hour candle close. I really don't want to believe that we're going to sweep previous our highs, and I would like to think that we want to sweep previous our low if we would want to continue higher. And best case scenario, we're just gonna move lower and lower and lower into these fair gaps, low and high area. It's 5 minutes here. Look at this 5 minute fair gap. We tapped into it and now close the candle below it. So I put my stop loss up there here, so I don't think we wanna come up there. However, our opens and closes are tricky. I just have to wait and see if I mean, at this point it doesn't really matter, but it would be nice to see this candle close below previous daily high. This 1 hour candle. We have the SMTs. We have a lot of confluences here for this short. Long wicks to the upside. No 15-minute fair gap. Only one down there. These down there. So should be a nice trade. At least hitting TP1 at 1-to-1. I'm gonna take out 50% down there, put my stop loss to break even, or maybe just reduce it to half. So worst case scenario, I make nothing, 0 on this account. On this demo account, let's see Solana. Still nothing. Let's see Euro. Not much. So I entered, and the 1 hour candle will close in 1 minute and 30 seconds. So we have 2 more 1 minute candles left. We are currently hovering around our entry price, and yeah, it looks okay. I don't like to see this inverse here on the 1 minute, but I needed this inverse, to be honest, to enter with a nice entry. So I entered at 82.21, right? Yeah, around here. Stop loss above that high. Let's see how this is gonna play out. I'm gonna come back. I can't really do anything. If I hit stop loss, I'm gonna show it. If I hit TP1, I'm gonna show it. So I'll be back. Now I just have to wait. I don't wanna do anything, so I'm just gonna wait here. Alright, just a few minutes later, I think I'm gonna get stopped out, but I'm gonna re-enter. The reason why is, look how weak GU is, and if London sweeps the high, it's likely gonna instantly push lower. So it was just a previous hour high sweep, which I should have waited for. So I already acknowledged this, and we're gonna have another bearish SMT. Now I got stopped out. So we're just about to form another bearish SMT, sweeping this previous hour high. And we just did form this bearish SMT, and I really want to re-enter, because now Euro might want to reach this 1 hour fair gap here. And then oh my god, look at this bearish SMT. 3 bearish SMTs. 3. Yeah, I got stopped out. minus 1%, but I am gonna do something that I rarely do, is re-entering, because the confidences are so good. So I'm gonna risk another 1% after we tap into this 1 hour here, because I just can't believe we're gonna modify like we want. And if I lose the second trade, yeah, that was I'm gonna learn from that. For sure I will, but I just can't believe. I just wouldn't believe that we wanna, after this 1 hour fair gap, we wanna move even higher. Like it's unbearable to my mind. It's not comprehensible, you know. So we just saw this periods are high. We're gonna come up to this 1 hour, okay. Maybe in the next minute. And then move lower. And once we move lower and disrespect this 1 minute fair gap here, that's when I'm gonna re-enter. And my stop loss will be above this 1 hour fair gap, or the high that we are forming currently. So price will come up there, and then move lower. I also gotta keep in mind that there's gonna be a 5-minute bullish here that has to be disrespected. If we would close this in the next 3 minutes, this candle up there. So that's something to keep in mind. That is against our idea. It's so absurd to see price move onto the upside. It rarely happens. It's already a 0.65% move. Usually when we do such a big move, we are very soon doing a retrace. So I have a lot of confluences to take a short. A lot. So first lesson learned, don't enter in the last 5 minutes of a 1 hour candle. Don't enter in the last 5 minutes before a 1 hour candle closes. So that's a big lesson, because we might just want to sweep the higher low and then continue to our direction. So we're currently sweeping this previous high. It was a dumb idea to enter off of that. Yeah, it was kind of a dumb idea to not wait for that candle to close and see what's going after. Should have waited for this high to be respected and then see the other 1 hour candles, the next 1 hour candle to start and form a lower low. That would have been a good indication, but yeah, I did not wait for that. I was impatient. Now we have this 1 minute here and 5 minute fair gap forming. We still have not tapped into the 1 hour fair gap, this high time frame 1 hour fair gap. So still waiting for that. GU came back into this breaker area. I guess it's a breaker on the 15 minute. No, it's not. No 5 minute bearish fair gaps. Interesting. Very bad price action on GU. Price action on EUR is very good. I'm just impatient for this short because I'm very confident it's gonna play out very soon. That's why I entered. Nice, we tapped into this 1 hour fair gap beautifully. I just want to wait for a 1 minute break of structure and then this 5 minute fair gap to be disrespected. You see this 5 minute here? Yeah, I need this to be disrespected. I think it's gonna be like below, up, but no higher high, and just move lower. Or come below, higher high, and then move lower. Big SMT here also. That's the third SMT, or third bearish SMT divergence here. Beautiful. If we form this 5-minute candle like a doji, even better. Alright, we are about to reach this high that I marked the body, the order block. This high time frame order block. Let's see. Maybe I can even target this 5-minute fair gap as my first TP. That would be insane. The SMT is still valid. Nice, 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 nice. We came back to previous day high area. We inversed this 5-minute. We have now tapped into this 15-minute bullish. That is the only thing that I don't like. So retrace off of this 15-minute bullish into this 5-minute bearish inverse would be very nice. So what I'm looking at now is, since we're also in this equilibrium retrace area, so we could push price higher, but we inverse this 5-minute out of this last TP area, like truly lost. After this 1 hour fair gap that I thought is the actual loss, this is the order block area that I showed up here, and we look like we're respecting this 1 hour bearish fair gap also. As you can see, we still are respecting it. I mean, long wick, small body, looks very good, very good. So what I want to see now is a retrace, an equilibrium retrace into this 5-minute inverse, ideally off of this 15-minute fair gap. Or if we inverse this 15-minute fair gap here, that's also very good. That is also very good, but I would like to have an entry up here, ideally. So you close this candle somewhere down here, inside this 15-minute fair gap, or better outside, so we can do a retrace into this equilibrium area, which is our 5-minute inverse. And then stop loss would be above, like, let's say the body of this 5-minute candle. And then we can target for TP1 this low actually. And TP2 could be this low, which is a 5-minute fair gap. So that would be very nice. So now what I'm waiting for is a retrace into this equilibrium area. And then I can enter there, stop loss there, and I can have a nice little trade here. The move that we already made so far is ridiculous. Ridiculous for a Friday. 0.74% with news. Huge. We need a retrace. So, and I thought we're gonna have it right here from there, but it was an early call. But this time, I really do not think that we're gonna move any higher. I mean, look, we're gonna respect this high time frame 1 hour bearish here, long wick, small body. We gotta do a retrace. I think we can disrespect this first 1 hour fair gap, then I think we're gonna slowly chop down in the second one until we come down into this first one here. So it looks very good. I just would like to see a retrace into this 5-minute inverse. It would be so nice to see, so nice to see a retrace in that 5-minute inverse. Just a wick, and then off of a tap there's also this 5-minute. Beautiful, come on. This is the inverse here, and this is the 5-minute here that did the inverse. I mean, come on. Equilibrium aligned perfectly. It would be very nice. It would be so nice. And then TP1 would be 1 to 2.5. Very good. TP2 1.124. 1.4. What? 1 to... What am I even saying? TP1 is 1 to 2.5. TP2 1 to 3.9. TP4... What am I saying? TP2 1 to 3.8. And then TP3 1 to 5.6. But look at what price is doing. I hate when that happens. I just wanna get a retrace, bruv. We're inversing everything. We're not doing what I want to see. We're inversing also the 15 minute. I didn't want that because now my entry could not be that good. Hopefully we are doing a retrace. Just a slight retrace into equilibrium. Please, bro, just a retrace so I can enter. I know you wanna go lower, but not so fast, okay? Not so fast. Oh, bro. Why? Why? Why not do a retrace? I knew you wanted to go lower, but why now? I actually was considering after this 5-minute candle closing outside of this order block to enter, but I was a puss. Oh my god, bro. We inverse this 15 minute. A small retrace, please. A small retrace. I have no idea where you would do the retrace, but you also inverse this 5 minute. We inversed 5 fair gaps. Not 5, sorry. We inversed 3 fair gaps in literally 15 minutes. 2 5-minute fair gaps and 1 15-minute fair gap. That's crazy. And we have no sign of retrace and we're already at TP1, bro. No. Not like that, bro. Not like that. Look at this shit, bro. We have 3 SMTs. I knew we're gonna move lower, but not like that. It's good to know that you're right, but it's not good to know that you're ass at execution. 5-minute bearish. Fair gap entry here. Alright, let's see a confirmation out of this 5-minute bearish. Look at these 1-minute candles. No retrace whatsoever. Now we're doing something. The question is, which fucking 5-minute fair gap are we gonna go off of? Is it gonna be the first one, the second one, the third one? I'm gonna put my stop loss above this 50-minute high because I do not think we're gonna come above this for sure. Like, I really do not think that's gonna be the case. And I'm gonna enter, in that case, off of this 5-minute fair gap. If we move lower, it's gonna be from here for sure. If we move lower, it's gonna be from this equilibrium. And I don't think we're gonna go above 15-minute high there. I entered with a short here, risking 1%. I'm risking 1%. I really don't think we're gonna come above this 15-minute high. I really do not think so. I really don't think so. 34.3. If we do, I have to get way more experience than I have now, and I really do suck at trading still. I mean, it's been what, 3 months, 4 months, so that could be the case, of course. I'm gonna take out 50% there, get back all the losses I made in this previous trade today, right there, and I'm still gonna have like $100 floating there. Rolling to TP2. If it does hit TP2, it's gonna be around 250, 300-ish. Which I'm gonna take out 50% also to close the day in a profit, hopefully. So TP1 gonna be this hourly low here. I don't think it's previous hour, we are over that. Yeah, this is our previous hour low now. And this is our previous high now. We inversed, we disrespect this 5 minute. We inverse this 5 minute. We inverse the 15 minute. Or disrespected at least. There's a small 15 fair gap at the water form, but look at this long wick small body candle here on the 15 minute. Looks good. I would love to see price to push lower off of that. Like just an instant move to downside would be nice. So we can hit TP1 down there. This trade so far looks okay. Much better than this one. Should have waited for that last move, for the step into this 1 hour, confirmation out of it, which did not happen. So then price would have, I would have still waited for price to see a rejection off of this high time frame order block area. And yeah, look at this hourly candles. Long wick up there, another way more long wick up there, and now we are going down. Hopefully not just this hourly fair gap, but even so, I think we wanna do a deeper retrace now. I think we're gonna inverse this 1 hour fair gap here. Yeah, very long wicks, small bodies, inverse on the 15 minute and on the 5 minute. I think it looks good. Looks good. Some people would say, oh, head and shoulders. Yeah, I just noticed it. I don't trade these patterns. I have no idea what they are. But hey, this trade looks good. Let's see whether we hit TP1 first or stop loss. I'm gonna go to the gym now, since I'm not planning to do any more trades today for sure. And I'm gonna actively monitor whether I hit TP or stop loss, and then I'm gonna come back and do a review of the trades I made today. Alright. Well, we did not hit TP1. I completely disregarded the fact that Friday evenings in Forex are much less volatile and very weak regarding price action and movements and volume. So we could not hit TP1. Direction was good. I think execution was good. The idea was good. The only thing that was bad is me not acknowledging the fact that it's probably gonna be slow and it's the end of the week, and I can't expect like it's such a big move on Friday. So TP1 has not hit. And so what happened is I was checking the chart, checking, and I realized like we're just moving sideways. And that's when I saw this, when I realized, oh fuck, it's Friday night. It's Friday night, market's about to close very soon. So I decided to go break even, get everything out right here. And as you can see, this decision was a good one, a good decision to get out quickly at the break even and while moving sideways, because I did not want to hold in the weekend. And also, not only that, but like a few minutes later, around like, I don't know, like an hour later, price went to our stop loss. So good thing that I completely got out here at break even. So that's a good thing. Solana did not do anything for the whole day. We did this tap into this 15 minutes way too late for me to even like I really did not want to trade at 9. Come on. 9 p.m. No way. Tapped into this 15 minute and you can see long wick, doji here, instant, moves to the downside to the price range that I marked out as TP. But no, like I did have to look at it because of this choppiness here. So yeah, let's see what's going on next week. Let's see what's going on next week. So we have Monday Euro CPI monthly and Chicago PMI 4 p.m. Okay. Tuesday is wow. Tuesday is a wow. Wow. Okay. We have a lot of things here. Okay, I will see. Wednesday, non-farm employment change. 215. I mean, it's relatively early in the market, so if I say that price is not like if price has not ruined the setups, or it was a clear liquidity sweep or something, then I'm gonna look for some kind of low probability entry because of this news. I mean, I'm not gonna look for low probability entry. I'm gonna look for high probability entries, but with low probability outcomes likely of these news. Thursday, PMI. Come on, bro. Friday. Bro. Not something I like to see. But probably I'm gonna spend, like, this is a good thing because I can spend more time on trading crypto futures. Maybe it's it's destiny. I can focus on more crypto. Forex has been shit and crypto has been pretty okay recently. Or I can check on gold. Gold has been moving very nicely. Gold and Solana has been pretty alright. Gold and crypto was pretty alright. Nice movements during the day. No sideways moves. But the issue is gold is gonna be as much affected by this news as Euro and GU, or maybe even more is gonna be affected. But yeah, I think I'm gonna spend more time on looking at Solana chart next week because these news are crazy. So yeah. Thanks for watching, I guess. And see you next week. It's probably a very low probability week. And I think I'm gonna make like a video in the weekend just to wrap up this month and just quickly go through the trades, a very quick monthly recap of everything, and just to get an overview of what I've learned so far, because this month was shit, which is it's a two-sided coin. You can view it from one side and say it's shit, so I didn't learn anything and I was bad and wasted time, blah blah blah. But on the other side, if you flip the coin, I see many lessons that I learned. I see many, like a lot of market experience I got from this month. So I can't say that it's a waste of time. I really can't say it now. If I would have like losing months for 6 7 months in a row, 6 7 times in a row, like I would say, yeah, I'm wasting time, I'm doing something wrong probably. If I'm having 6 or 7 months losing consistently, then yeah, I'm doing something very 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 bad. But this is my third month, and first month was good, second month was and break even, I think. Third month was a big loss, big loser. So wait, second month? No, I think second month was also a big loser. Yeah, February was ass, and now March was even worse. But March was worse, like how you say, like worse not because of me. It was worse because of like, bruh. It was worse because of me, obviously. Worse than January. What am I even saying? So January was good. February was bad, but it was bad because I did not really know what I was doing. I was like entering a lot of bad trades and a lot of bad confluences, and it was kind of just like trading based on gut feeling, and it did not go well. March was better. I could more easily identify what's gonna happen. I could more easily see patterns easily. I could more easily find patterns, and the only thing I was missing is like great execution and like sticking to the actual plan, because I knew where the price was going, but I either missed the entry or entered too late, and price just reversed and hit my stop loss. Or um, I will do a video on all my trades tomorrow and just quickly check on, like quickly recap of what I could have learned. Maybe I'm gonna do a video about all my trades that I journaled so far. That would be great. Just to see an overview of all my journaled trades, so I can get like a great picture. Maybe find some patterns, what I'm doing wrong, what I could be doing better. That would be nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it soon. Maybe not this weekend, but sometime soon. So that's it for today. No, it was a losing day. I completely forgot this loss here. It was a losing day. However, it could have been a winner if I take profits at 1 to 5. Like actually at 1 to 1. If I take everything out, it's a break-even day. 1 to 5 hit, not 1 to 2, unfortunately. 1 to 2 did not hit. It would have hit if I would have waited for this equilibrium retrace. I would have probably put my stop loss above this inverse 5 minute here, and then a 1 to 2 would have hit. In fact, 1 to 2.77 would have hit. And if I was brave enough to put my stop loss over this 50-minute high that I had my initial stop losses, I got almost of that here. But if I would have waited for this equilibrium retrace and enter off of that and actually put my stop loss above this 50-minute high, then it actually would have played out well. It would have actually hit almost 1 to 9. Oh, it is 1 to 9. My eyes are bad. It's way too much. 1 to 9 off of an equilibrium retrace entry with the stop above the 15-minute high. That's crazy. But yeah, as you can see, it would have hit with a very tight stop loss. I think it's way too tight. I probably would have waited for this candle at least and still put my stop loss above this high. Then it's still a 1 to 5.67 in how many minutes? 5:25 until 6:20. Like in an hour. That's crazy. Well, in this one trade, I could have made back all the losses probably. Not all, but like 80% of my losses. That's crazy. I don't actually know how much I lost this month. I have to recheck in my trading journal, this Excel sheet that I have. I'm gonna publish this, and once I become profitable and people simply cannot question my history, simply cannot tell me that I'm faking all this shit, because I have all the losses here, guys. I have all the losses here and the bad entries and the stupid trades that I'm learning from. So once I become profitable, I'm gonna have very clear track record. Like I have everything here, screenshots, everything, entry prices, every single shit, news. I'm gonna show you guys in the next video probably. And yeah, see you next week, I guess. Trading Solana more probably. Bye.